Okay, fine. So we have discussed information gathering using Chrome extensions, YouTube metadata weaver, and what's the last thing? It's a webback URLs. So anyone have any doubts in those things? Yes, anyone have any doubts? Just let me know if you have any doubts. Okay. So the next topic is scanning. So it is the second phases of ethical hacking, that is the scanning and enumeration. Okay. So what is this scanning? Anybody? What is scanning? What do you know about scanning? Just let me know. Yes, anyone? What is scanning? Just you can unmute yourself and can directly talk to me.
Searching for ports or other ways to access the system or the device which you want to hack.
Okay, so accessing the ports. All right. Then what is enumeration? If it is one like finding vulnerabilities and exploiting vulnerabilities is scanning, then what is enumeration? So to find vulnerability, getting deep information. Okay. Okay, fine. So remember, guys, scanning is just finding the entry points of a particular target mission. So your system has been a server, a machine. I mean, like a machine is nothing but an operating system or an IP address, whatever it is. We are just finding a ways to enter into the target system. Okay. So the finding the ways, like how many open ports are there? How many ports are there? How many ports are open? How many ports are closed? So this is the only thing we can find in the scanning. So we can only find open ports, closed ports, and what are the port versions they are having. But finding the vulnerabilities on those ports is called enumeration, or also we can call it as a deep scanning. Is it clear now? So difference between the scanning and enumeration. Scanning is just finding the ports in your target system. Enumeration is finding the vulnerabilities on those ports. Got it? Yes, everyone? Okay. So first, let me know what is the port number for HTTP. Just unmute yourself and can HTTPS. Okay, 443. Telnet. Yes. SMTP. Don't know. SMTP is 25. MySQL. Microsoft MySQL. 3306. Okay, fine. FTP port. SSH. Satvika. SSH. So these are some basic ports. You should know about that one. Okay. So later on, like after going to the scanning, you will get to know how many ports, like what are the port numbers they are using. Everything you'll get to know, you'll get some clarity. And one more thing, do you remember the commands which we have practiced in the second, I think, second or third module, basic commands, Linux commands we have discussed, right? Remember, right, everyone? Yes. Okay. Still my screen is sharing, right? Just let me know is my screen is visible to all or not. So here I have launched the Kali Linux machine and the Metasploitable 2. So whatever I am doing the scanning, I'm performing on this Metasploitable 2 because we don't have a such type of vulnerable web applications in the market, like in online internet. Even though if it is available, it is illegal to test without their intention. So first we should inform them that we are going to test their network. Okay. So without intimation, there is a chance to get caught, because whenever you are scanning, so every organization have some monitoring system they called as a SOC department, Security Operations Center. So what is the purpose is they'll try to find who is scanning their network, because the first second phase of the hacking is scanning. So even hackers also first they will scan the network. So that's why the establishment of the SOC team, so they will always continuously search these type of scannings. Okay, so without their intimation, don't scan their networks. I'll give you some tricks to scan. Okay, so after opening the Kali Linux, see, so here I have launched the Metasploitable. So whatever we are performing scanning, so what is the purpose I'm showing on this one is, so Metasploitable 2 is intentionally designed for a vulnerabilities. So it is consisting, how many ports are there in this Metasploitable 2? Every port is vulnerable. Every port having some vulnerabilities which we can exploit using the Kali mission. So we can create some exploits, like we can perform some brute force attacks and all things. So we are just learning using this Metasploitable tool. So after learning all these things, you can perform on a real networks. Okay, so learn from this one only. Then after I tested on the real-time web applications, then I found some vulnerabilities. So like this, it will go on. Even in companies also, some companies you will get for the network penetration testing and the web application penetration testing. Okay, the same vulnerabilities you can see repeatedly. So that's why every penetration testing we have some mythology will be the, like, that is a OWASP top 10 for the web application, OWASP top 10 for Android, OWASP top 10 for API pen testing, everything. See, these are the top 10 vulnerabilities we are segregating. So you can see these top 10 vulnerabilities in every web application. Even we also testing a web application using that OWASP top 10 only. So we have to check those 10 vulnerabilities in the web application. So all the web application will include in this, pen testing will be included in this, those 10 vulnerabilities. First, learn using this Metasploitable tool, then try to exploit. So whenever you have seen like this, so just exploit that one in a real-time web applications and real-time networks. So first go to the Kali Linux. Okay. So open the terminal. So just let me know, this is a normal user or this is a root user. Is this a normal user or a root user? Is it my screen visible? Hello? Hello? Yeah, that's a normal user. I'm not getting all these things. Okay, it's a normal user only. What is the command to get a root user? Sudo su, yes. Sudo su, that is a super user. So here we have to give the password of Kali. The password is invisible, right? So what is the command to get to know who is the user, current user now? What is the command to get to know who is the current user? Uname, okay. Username. It's a Linux. But I want a current username. It's telling that it's a Linux. Who is accessing now the terminal? Who is the person accessing this terminal? I just want to know that person name. Anyone? What is the command to get to know username of the current user? That is, who am I? So here you can see you are a root user. Otherwise, you will get a normal user. If you are in a Kali at the rate of Kali, just type who am I? So here it is telling that you are a Kali. It means it's a normal user. Got my point? Yeah. Sudo. So see, if I use the CD, it will go to the direct root. Okay. So after backing boards, it will go. Backwards, it will go to the main directory. So now the thing is, we just want to scan the network. See, I'll use this actually draw. So router is there. This is my PC. This is my target PC. It is Kali, and this is Meta 2, and this is router. Okay. So Kali is connected to the router, and Meta 2 also connected to the router. Okay. So the router has assigned some value. Just assume 192.168. 157.16. Okay, so Meta also has got some same value 192, 168, 157.18. Okay, just let me know why the last digit only has been changed here. Why the first three digits has not changed? What is the reason? Why the first three digits have not changed and the only last digit has been changed? Anybody? Anyone? Connect the same IP address. Dinesh, I didn't get it. Same network maybe? No, it's not the same network. I think we have discussed the classes of IP addresses, right? IP classification we have discussed, right? Okay. Bridge between NAC network. No, 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 no. No. I'll let you know. No, I'll let you know. Give me a second. See, we have a two types of IP addresses are there. Okay. So IPv4, IPv4, and IPv6. IPv4 is a 32-bit. IPv6 is a 128-bit. So the IPv4 look likes 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0. Each one is a one octet. Okay, one octet, which means 8 fours 32. Like this, we have a IPv6 is a hexadecimal. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's separated with colon A, B, C, D. Again 1, 2, 3, 4. Again A, B, C, D. So like this, it will go up to 128 bit. So these classes, see, IPv. Now we are going to discuss IPv4. So IPv4 have some 5 classes are there. So why they have separated into 5 classes? So the range of IPv4 is 0 to 255. So the range of IPv4 is 0 to 255. It means, so it will start with 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0 and it ends with 255 dot 255 dot 255 dot 255. So whatever IP addresses we are having now, so everything which is in between with this 0 to 255 only. Yeah, subnetting. Exactly. This is a subnetting. So whatever IP addresses are there within this 0 to 255 only. So these 0 to 255, they have separated into some categories. Give me a second, I'll let you know that. Hmm. See, so here you can see the range of 1 to 126. Okay, so it will be divided into five classes: 1 to 126, 127, 128 to 191, 192 to 223 is a class C, class D is 224 to 239, class E is 242 to 254. So these are the IP addresses has been classified into five classes. Currently, we are just using the three classes. These two classes we are not using. So the fourth class, class D, is reserved for multicasting, reserved for some other parties like government organizations and all things. And class E reserved for military organizations, research labs, all things. Getting my point? Okay. So what is the reason behind this segregating the IP addresses? See, for every new device, we have to provide some IP address. Okay. Suppose just assume that 1 to 126 is okay. So I'll go to this one. 1 to 126, 128 to 191, 192 to 220. So these are the three important classes you should know. Okay. The first class. So these classes we have a, so for every IP address we have a networks will be the network and host. Okay, networks and host. For every IP address we have some networks will be there, we have some host will be there. So like this here you can see. Okay, so network and host. See, network is a static one. Network is a static one. Host is a dynamic one. So the only thing you have to remember in the classes of IP address is network is a static one. So which it cannot be changed, and the host is a dynamic one. Suppose just assume, okay, so you have an organization with a requirement of 1,000 laptops are there. So you need to provide, okay, a internet for those 100 systems. Only 100 systems you are having. Okay. So if you take the class, which class you need to take? I'll let you know. See, if you take the class A IP address, okay, so the ISP, the internet service provider, will assign you one IP address. Suppose just assume that 12.0.0.1. So this is the IP address they have given to you. Is it clear now up to this one? These are the IP classes, and this is the IP address. Only one IP address they have given to you. So how, sir, how can we connect with a single IP address to all the devices? You can ask me. So, but I'll tell you the answer. So how we can connect? Yeah. Yeah, yes, I'll let you know what is this 127 and all. I'll let you know. Wait. This 12.0.0.1 has given to your organization. Okay. So DHCP. So using the DHCP protocol, automatically whenever a new device has been connected to the router, it will assign the IP address to the particular device. Okay. Suppose here is the IP address you have given. So with this IP address, you how many IP addresses you can connect? So for every router, so we know the limit of a 0 to 255. So here they have given the class A IP address. In the class A IP address, so we have a one network is there and three hosts will be there. One network and three hosts. So network is dynamic or static? Network is dynamic or static? Network is a static. Host is a dynamic. So we can change the host, but we cannot change the network. So we already know the limit of the every octet. Okay, the limit of the every octet is 0 to 255. Okay, the limit of the every octet is 0 to 255. Just assume. So here we have a 12.0.0.1 is a. So with this 12.0.0.1, how many systems we can connect? 255 systems. So how it will be goes on? So whenever a new device has been connected to the internet, the router, so the device will get an IP address of 12.0.0.2. So this one is a default gateway address. Okay, default gateway address for the router. So if my device has been added to this a new router, I'll get a 2. If any new other devices, 12.0.0.3. If any new device like mobile, 12.0.0.4. So it will goes on until it reaches the 12.0.0.255. Is it clear now up to here? Is it clear? So you can connect up to 255 systems because this one is a host. So you can change the host. So now, so this one, the last host has been completed. It reaches its maximum state. So now the thing is, we can move to the next octet, that is a second octet. So now the counting will start. If the 256 system want to connect the router, they'll get an IP address of 12.0.1.1. 12.0.1.1. This is the for 256th system. 256th system. If another device has to connect, 120 12.0.1.2. 257th system, 258th system, 12.0.0.3. So like this it will goes on. Sorry, here 1. So like this it will goes on up to where? 12.0.1.255. So now the one count also done. So next it will go to the, how many systems now completed? 255 plus 255, how many? 510 systems. Okay, so now again it will goes on 12.0.2.1. Okay, so one system, 511th system, again 512 system, 12.0.2.2. Like this it will go up to where? 12.0.2.255. Again 255 systems. So now it will goes on like this up to it will reach 255 in the second octet also, 12.0.255.255. Okay, so now these two octets has been completed. This one also it reaches the maximum point. Now the turn is this one. So this octet will start changing. So now 12.1.0.1. Again 12.1.0.2. Like this it will go up to 12.255.255.255. So with a single IP, you can connect this many systems. So do you know what is how many systems you can connect with the single IP they have given to you? I'll show you. Here I am opening the calculator. So just need to type the networks. How many hosts are there into 255 multiplied with 55 multiplied with 255 multiplied with 255. Then so nearly ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, lakhs, 10 lakhs, crores. With a single IP address, you can connect 1 crore 65 lakhs 81,375 systems. Is that your requirement? So you have how many systems requirement you're having? Just 100 laptops, just 100 systems you're having. If you take a class A IP address, how many will be left if you connect only 100 systems? 1 crore 65 lakhs 81,275 systems will be left. It's just a waste of your IP address. The cost of a class A IP address is very high because you can connect nearly 1 crore plus systems with a single IP address. Are you guys getting my point? What I'm saying? Hello? Yeah, guys, do you have any doubts? Is it clear for everyone? Everyone, I need response from everyone because it is somewhat a confusion topic. Okay. Okay. So like this, with a single IP address, you can connect nearly 1 crore 65 lakhs systems. So here also you can see that the same number. Okay, so they have given some different number here. Okay, like this you can see. So one network and three hosts. So like this for the class B, we have a two networks. So means two octets will be changed, which means 255 into 255. That is 65,534 systems you can connect. With a class B IP address, you can connect 65,000 laptops. I mean, 65,000 devices you can connect. So if the manufacturing, so like the router manufacturing is very good, like so good hardware if they are using, so you can connect up to 20,000 systems. And the class C IP address, we have a three networks will be there and one host will be there. Okay, so the first three will be remain unchanged and the last one will only be changed, so that you can add up to 255 systems. If the router capacity is good, you can add up to 50 systems. Okay, you cannot add up to 255 systems based on the router configuration and router hardwares. Okay, so that's why I asked you why the first three. Okay, so why the first three has not changed, only the last one is because the first one, the class C IP address, the first three is a network host. Network is cannot change, only the host will be changed. So the first three will be same for the class C IP address. So nowadays everyone in the homes, offices, even your mobile hotspot also, you are getting the class C IP address only. So here you can see IPv4 address is 192.168. 103.102 here I'm getting. So if I see my Kali Linux IP address, the first three will be the same, but the last will be different. So what is the command to get to know IP address of your system in the Kali Linux?
If config.
Yes, if config. So here you can see 192.168.103.160. The first three will be same because I am using the class C IP address. So the last one will be the different one. Okay, is it clear for everyone? What are the classes and all things? Yes, I have config. And then what about this 127? 127 is missing here. So 127 is a loopback IP address. It is a loopback IP address. So it is a local host. So like if you want to host your own things, so you can use this own IP address to host yourself. Okay, it is a loopback IP address. It is reserved for every computer. So even for you also, if you type the 127.0.0.1, if you are hosting anything, you will get something. If you are not hosting anything, you don't get anything. 127.0.0.1. That's it. Just hit enter. If you are hosting anything, you will get. If you are not hosting anything, you won't get anything. I think I have something. XAMPP is there. So XAMPP I'm using for the local hosting. If I start it, so I'll start this MySQL also. So now if I refresh this page, I'll get something, I think. So here you can see I'm getting now some information, some website details I'm getting because I hosted the a website in this one. So like this you can, okay. So like this you can host the things using the local host, using the 127.0.0.1. Okay, is it clear guys? So why we are not getting all those things? Okay. And one more thing, we have some private IP addresses will be there and public IP addresses will be there. So whatever you are seeing in the command prompt, it is a private IP address. Whatever you have been seeing in this command prompt, this is a private IP address. Then what is the public IP address of your system? See, private IP address will be different from system to system, but the public IP address will be same for all the systems. Suppose in a college, okay, so you and your friends will be connected to the same internet, but if you check in the command prompt, everyone getting some different IP addresses. But if you both checking that public IP, you will get the same IP address. So here you can see what is my IP. So just you can see here you can see the public IP address of your system. I mean your IP address. So here is the my public IP address. So this is my network service provider IP address. Okay. So I'm using here Airtel. So that's why I'm getting, this is my ISP IP address. So ISP I've just given my one single IP address to me, that is my private IP address. Got it? So this is the difference between, so if you are performing a DOS attack, so they won't block your private IP address, they will block your public IP address. So even if you change the network with other network in the same college, so they will block you. Okay. So what the people will think, like whenever they're performing any attacks, okay, so they will think that, okay, so they can know my private IP address, they will hack me, like this they will think. So what the same, they will change the laptops. Suppose in this laptop they will perform the DOS attack. Okay. So after some time the website is blocking their pings. So what they will do, so they will change the laptop, they will try to access the same website with another a laptop or another mobile. So there also they will get the same issue. So the website is been blocking you. How it is blocking the private IP address? So the private IP address is inaccessible to other systems. They can only block your public IP address. So within the your network, whatever you are performing, so they will block your public IP address. So within that public IP address, so they won't get any request to the web application. The firewall block every request from the particular IP address. Got my point? So you can just check it. What is my IP address in the internet? You will get a different IP, I mean websites. So you can check it at anyone. Is it clear now? Yes. Anyone have any doubts? Okay. Okay. First, I'll type one IP address. Then let me know what is the IP address of this one. 62.50. So what class it is? What is the class of this IP address? Yes. What is the class of this IP address?
Class B.
Yes, it's class B. Okay. 127. What is this one?
Class A.
Sorry.
A. Class A.
No, it's not class A.
No. Sorry. It's loop. Sorry, loopback
Yeah.
IP address.
It's a loopback IP address. So I have shared the image in the chat box. Please go through it, everyone. Okay. And then what is the class of this IP address? So what is the class of this IP address? First one.
Class C.
Okay. What is the second? What about second one?
It's class A.
Okay. Okay. Then what is the difference between NAT and bridge?
Can you repeat it again?
What is the difference between NAT network and a bridge network? NAT network and a bridge network. The only difference is if you are using the bridge network, everyone, whoever connected in the internet, like whoever in the same network, will get the class C IP address. If you are connected to the NAT network, you will get a private IP address, that is 10.10 something. The private IP address is inaccessible. These are the private address of a different classes. Okay, these are the private addresses. These IP addresses are the inaccessible to the other systems. If I use the Kali Linux, if I use the Metasploitable 2 is a NAT network, I cannot access the Metasploitable 2 because it's not a public network. It is a private IP address. So you cannot access the private IP addresses. Okay. Okay. Right. Sometimes you don't know the IP address of your target system. Okay. Suppose here Metasploitable 2 is there. Okay, so here I'm just logging to the Metasploitable 2 login. Sorry, I'm just having the login. MSF admin, MSF admin. Okay, so after that I'm typing here ifconfig because it's also Linux based system. So here I got the IP address of 103.53, 192.168, 103.53 I'm getting here. So here, okay, I think in the third line you can see that one. I'm not able to move the cursor to the third line. Just see the after ifconfig, go to the second line. So 192.168.103.53. Okay, but sometimes you don't have an access to the particular system because here it's my system. That's why I'm accessing this is simple. What you will do, you are in a network, but your target system is somewhere else. You cannot access that system. Sometimes system doesn't have any screen and keyboard, so they just have an IP address. So at that time, what you will do for finding the IP address of your target system? What you will do? Do you have any methodology to find an IP address of your target system? So we have some commands. Is there? Yes, that is a net discover command. So you can use the net discover command to find the other IP addresses in your network. So here it's starting the capturing. It will show you how many devices are there connected in the same network. So my network is there. What are the other devices has been connected in the same network? It will let you know. If you are using a home router, you will get instantly. If you are using a mobile hotspot, it will be with some delay. Okay. Just wait for 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, you can use that one also. NetDiscover-R. See. So yeah, here we got. See, how can you find whether? So if you want to stop this one, what is the command? Control C you have to use. Control C. For stopping the process, you have to use the Control C, guys. Okay, na? So red C. So here we have that IP address 103.53. How can you find that is your target system? One thing, so in your virtual box, okay, if it is you are hosting in a virtual box, you will get a vendor name of PCS system technique. PCS system technique, because the vendor of this virtual box is PCS system technique. So the vendor of my laptop is a Intel. So that's why I'm getting here. This is my Windows 11 IP address, and this is the vendor name of Intel Corporate. My laptop is a Dell, and the processor, processor I'm using is Intel. Okay, that's why I'm getting here the vendor is Intel. So like this, you will get PCS System Tech for a virtual box. Like this, you can find. And one more thing, whenever if you're not getting anything here, suppose you are getting unknown vendor. Okay, if you are getting unknown vendor, what you will do? We just need to ensure by using the ping command. Okay, by using the ping command, you just need to type ping IP address 192.168.103.53. The target IP address you need to search here. The target IP address, which means the vulnerable server metasploitable to IP addresses is. Okay, ping and then hit enter. See, some things you'll get to know here. If you are getting like this data, so one by line you are getting, which means the host is a reachable state. Getting my point? The host is a reachable state, which means the host is in working condition. First point, the host is a working condition. And here, if you are seeing this TTL value, TTL is nothing but time to live. Okay, TTL is nothing but time to live. If you are getting TTL equals to 64, it is a Linux based system. Okay, it is a Linux based system. If you are getting TTL value equals to 128, it is a Windows based system. Sometimes for the Mac also you will get a 128 only. At that time you need to perform some additional scanning on that Mac. Getting my point? Okay, so if you want to stop this one, just Control C. So here you can see 60 packets have been transmitted, 60 received. So we have sent the 60 packets and the server has sent the return 60. So there is no packet loss while the transforming, which means the host is a reachable state. The host is a working condition. So you can perform the scanning and enumeration on the host. Got it? So what is the TTL value? What is TTL? It will tell you what is the operating system they are using, the target using. What is the full form of TTL? Yes, what is the full form of TTL?
Time to
Time to
live.
live.
Yes, time to live. So 64 means, what is the TTL value? 64 means
Linux.
128. For 128? For 128, it is a Windows based system. Sometimes it may be a Mac also. Yeah, yes, it is sometimes on Mac, but it is provided to the Windows only. So 128 is for Windows. Okay. So right. So this is how we can find using the ping command. Got it? Anyone have any doubts with this ping command? So the tool we are using to perform the scanning is Nmap. That is a network mapping tool. Nmap tool. So with the Nmap only, we can find the open ports in your target system. Okay. So just type Nmap. Nmap. Okay. So after typing the Nmap, you just need to type the IP address. Okay. Your target IP address here, you need to search here 192.168.103.53. Just type this one and hit enter. So it will take some time and it will give you the result. How many ports are there in your target system? So if you see here, starting the Nmap 7.94 the version. Okay. So Nmap scan report for this is the IP address you have provided. And here it is telling that not shown 977 ports has been closed. So this is a basic scan, guys. Nmap space IP address is a very basic scan. So with this scan, it will only check the top 1000 ports. Okay, it will only check the top 1000 ports and it will give you the result how many ports are open in those 1000. So if you see here in those top 1000 ports, 977 ports are being closed. Remaining how many ports are there? 23 ports are there. So 1000 minus 977 is 23. So here you can see the list of 23 ports. So this is how we can check how many ports are there in your target system. This is the FTP 21 for FTP. They are providing the port number and the service, whether it is an open state or closed state. Okay. So 21 for FTP, 22 for SSH, 23 for Telnet, 25 for SMTP, 53 domain, 80 HTTP. How many ports has been open in your target system? It is telling that. Is it clear for everyone? How we are doing this one? Yes. Anyone have any doubts? Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, guys. Because the scanning, I was just thinking to conclude this scanning topic today, but we have just started now this one. Okay, so we have some different scanning options are there, like host scanning techniques are there, port scanning techniques are there, advanced scanning techniques are there, stealth scanning is there, timing and performance is there. So now time is not enough for that those things. So tomorrow we will, I mean, in the next class we will discuss those things. Okay, so just practice this IP addresses. Okay, so you have to, like, if I ask you the what class of the IP address it is, so you have to say that, so this is the class, this IP address, so this class IP address it is. Okay, so please should be an expert in a classes of IP addresses, and do some research work on what are the network scanning tools that are available in the internet. So that is your task today. So no need to make a report. Okay, just to make a report of it. So what are the tools that are available in the internet for network scanning? So with this one, we have some tools are there, like Angry IP scanner, advanced IP scanner, network scanner, mega ping. Different tools are there to scan a particular network. Okay, so just gather the information about those tools. So not these tools what I told to you, like a Angry IP scanner, advanced IP scanner, mega ping, some SolarWinds, something will be there. I didn't remember that name. So don't go with this one. Go with a unique tools which are available in the internet. Okay. So that is your today's task. Got it, guys? Yes. I hope it is clear for everyone. If you have any doubts, please ask me. Does anyone have any doubts? No, I need response for everyone. Just give me the response. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay.
Here we opened ports, right?
Yeah.
We scan the ports.
Yes.
So what is the use of scanning? Like
Yeah. So
right now we know these are open, but
Mhm.
what's the use?
See, first we just finding the how many ports has been open. So after finding these ports are open, we will target one by one port. Suppose FTP port is open. So first we will gather the information of what is the FTP version they are using. Okay. So if this version is vulnerable to exploit, we will find the what is the exploit is there. See, for a house also we will just find how many doors are there in the house. After that, we will find which door is easy to break and enter into the house. The same thing here also we are doing. First, we are finding the ports and we will go with each by one port, which port is more vulnerable to break the security. So we will find the vulnerability and we will break the security. We will enter into the server. Got it?
Yeah, okay.
Anyone? Any other doubts? Yes. No doubts. Okay. That is for today's session, guys. So we will see you in the next session. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, we can wind up this session. Thank you. Thank you for the joining. Hello, Mandira. Are you there? Hello, Stuali. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. It's completed.
The session is over?
Yes, sir. It's over.
Okay. Okay, guys, you may leave now. Thank you so much for joining.
Okay, so please send me a document.